So now, even though we haven't even started financial modeling yet, there are small qualitative things you may have started to notice. But let me explain them to you. So first of all, you will notice that my font here is in two different colors. And I'm talking about values specifically. Some of the values are in blue, but some are in black as well. For example, this one. So the thing here is all the values that are coming from outside, I mean the assumptions or market information that have been input into this sheet, these values will be colored in blue. And the values which are based on calculations based on the data available elsewhere in this sheet, these values are black. So for example, this depreciation 20% is basically dependent on this information of 5 years, right? So what I have done is I have said that the total life of the 5 years should be split, total 100% value should be split over 5 years, which means that it will be 20%. Now you can see that this value has been calculated. I can simply type in 20%, but like this 20%, but that will be hard coding, and we must not be doing any hard coding. Rather, we should be calculating the dependent values based on formulas. And now here you can see this formula that is being used here. Or what you can do is that you can press F2 on your keyboard and you can calculate your formula. Or you can also press Control key and the square bracket left side, and it will highlight you that what cells have been used to calculate this formula. By the way, this cell, you can't see this cell. I have make it hidden. It was unnecessary information, it was obvious information. And how I have make it hidden, I have actually given this font the color of gray, so you are not able to see it. And it is basically obvious that the total value of the asset is 100%, so 100 is mentioned here. And if you press F2, you can see I am calculating this value of 20 by dividing this cell, which is 100, by 5. I will repeat this for you, but this time I will explain that here. So here you can see that my equity structure is 75%, and it is based on calculation that if debt is 25, the remaining is 100 minus debt. And why I am doing that, why I am linking it, this is because you can change the debt at some point. The client may say at some point that she is only interested in raising 10% debt, and when you go and change that here in your benchmarks, your equity should be automatically updated. And that's why we don't hard code, rather we link it using the formula. And again, what I'm saying is this 75% is this 100%, which is not visible but it is there, minus this 25%. So this is the second qualitative aspect. The third qualitative aspect is repeat where necessary. So you can see that I have mentioned here my debt is 25%, but this information was already given here. Then what is the point of repeating that? The point of repeating that is anyone who is looking at the capital structure, he would be expecting this information here, and by providing this information here, I have made sure that the user won't have to go back here. So it will save his time and it will become more meaningful. But a very important point of repeating is this cell must be a link of the previous information. So we will never ever repeat the value without unlinking, otherwise this model will break down at some point and it will be very difficult to find out what went wrong and at what point the model has broken. So this qualitative aspect is repeat where necessary, but only with links. Now I repeat one point. To see that what is the link, you can see this toolbar here, formula bar, or you can press F2, or you can press the control key and the left square bracket key, and it will take you to where this information is coming from. And you can see that here as well in the warehousing and shipping, this 15% of Amazon fees is already given here. but I repeated that, and you can see this is basically a link of that information. So these are the basic qualitative guidelines that we will be using and following across our financial model. I hope you are getting all of this, and with this now we are moving towards preparing our template for the profit and loss account and the balance sheet, and let us do that from the next lecture.